transfer portal grades are coming in. And some of you guys kind of sucked. Looking at you, Utah. This is Locked On Big 12.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, happy sports, everybody. Drake Toll with you from Locked On Big 12, America's #1 Big 12 podcast, and that's Cam Stewart, at Real Cam Stewart, host of Locked On Baylor, and maybe the most apathetic Baylor fan that I know. So you're like, oh no, the Baylor guy again. It's kind of a stretch to call him the Baylor guy. He's a straight shooter. He's down the middle. But there are things to be excited about when it comes to Baylor basketball. Back on Joe Lunardi's list for could possibly somewhere be on the bubble.
He mentioned honorably, maybe at some point, possibly this season.
Yeah, and we will talk hoops in the middle segment on today's show. BYU and Kansas, the game of the year in the Big 12, was kind of a blowout until it wasn't, then it was again. UCF, Texas Tech, unreal. Transfer portal grades, we'll get to all of those. And the SEC, finally, some accountability for tampering. The whole thing is about to come falling down. If you hit subscribe, we get to keep our jobs. Oh, and by the way, the Everydayer Club is right here for you. We want to make the Everydayer Club the coolest thing in the world for you. So Everydayers can sign up on the Everyday Club for Locked On Big 12 at lockedonpodcast.com/Everydayer Club to take those ads and make them gone. Ad-free shows. Ad-free shows. It's awesome. Cam, let's go. Transfer portal grades are in. Jeff Fuller posts the composite from 24/7 and what these look like. And shockingly, Michigan is 68th in the country in transfers in versus transfers out and how they grade out with adjusted NIL value and index scores and all these 4-star, 5-star comparisons. Utah and Michigan, 68th and 69th, nice, in the country. With Iowa State, it said, and Cam, we told you, like the sky is falling at Iowa State. It's not a very good time to be a Cyclone, given what they lost in the portal to Penn State. And they're just a spot below Utah. The Utes might be in trouble.
Yeah, by the way, I do love this look at the portal because mostly we just get portal rankings, and that's commitment, number of commitments, stars, how many. Sometimes you'll see the ones that average it out, and that's probably more accurate. But this is the best in, out, value, stars, all of it put together. It's actually not great for not entire, but a good chunk of the Big 12.
The Baylor Bears included.
They were pretty far down there, even for bringing in a DJ Lagway. They lost all their other good players that were eligible to come back. So not great. And so it's kind of a reality check for a lot of these teams that think they're dominating the portal, right? And Iowa State brings in a ton of guys, right? Because a ton of guys left, and so they're feeling good, feeling excited. And yet there they are, down in kind of the dregs of transfer portal society. But Utah, man, it has been a tough month for the Utes. Like truly, last 5-6 weeks, man, with the whole Whittingham drama, Michigan having a better portal class, Utah not hitting on the cylinders they think they're hitting on. Not great for a good deal of the Big 12. Really, it's the rich getting richer in the Big 12. Like it's the top teams, the teams that did really well this year that are
Houston
retaining talent, and and I would say even overperformers this year, like a Houston and Arizona, are doing really well on the portal trail. So it is kind of the rich get richer, trickle down economics, hopefully for the Big 12.
That is of the top 15 in the country. Texas Tech at number 3 in America in transfers in and transfers out, and the cumulative of what they did in the transfer portal, number 3 in America behind Indiana and LSU, who might lose their entire roster and vacate all of their wins for doing the most heinous things possible in the offseason to try to grab any player the Lane Kiffin wanted. Then Houston, 7th in America at the transfer portal this year. BYU at number 15. The haves have right now in the Big 12 Conference. Yeah. The have-nots, like Iowa State is 16th in the Big 12, this whole transfer portal thing. They had 48 guys transfer in, 54 transfer out. Not to mention the seniors they lose. Are you okay?
That's just like I feel bad for Iowa State, man.
If you're going to feel bad for anybody, they'll feel bad for Baylor. Like this is.
I mean, I already do. Yeah.
The bottom of the Big 12, Iowa State, and they need a complete revamp because of the head coaching situation, but they're not going to get it. They're not going to get something that the index is not favorable for them. Utah just lost their head coach. Cincinnati is going to lose their head coach. Kansas State's 13th in the Big 12. They just lost their head coach. Baylor somehow did not lose its head coach. Sorry.
And maybe that's the problem here, Drake. Maybe that's the problem. They didn't lose their head coach, and they were focused on player retention. Players love the coach. We're going to nail this transfer portal. We got DJ Lagway. And it's like, well, but the rest of this sucks. It sucks. And it probably is that way because there's no, and I guess it's not completely Dave Aranda, but because of Dave Aranda's failures, there's no excitement to come here. There's no stable ground here. And you can argue, with some of these other ones, at least there's a vision, there's a plan, like at Iowa State, like at Kansas State, you know what I mean? But with Baylor, you don't have that. But Iowa State, man.
Yeah, Utah's the most shocking one for me. I just did not see them being 15th in the Big 12 conference. Yeah. Iowa State, it felt like, and I hate it, man. I went to that game in Ames a year ago for Armageddon and loved everything about the fan base, everything about Jack Trice. Like, they deserve the world. They were the original Indiana. Before it was cool, they were Kansas. Before it was cool to be Kansas or Indiana, Iowa State was that in college football. And I don't want them to regress back to that after what Matt Campbell built. But even their athletic director has been transparent. They don't have a ton of money going on. They just don't. They're not.
I think he basically said they were going to run out of money, didn't he? He's like,
we got
like 3 years max.
All their projects. They're like, let's not. I mean, hey, instead of using the G2 pens, they're back to Ticonderoga pencils. We're scaling everything back in the athletic department.
Lee Corso's just laughing his way to the bank.
Man, and there are only 7 teams per this On3 index that actually were in the positive. TCU had a negative 1 index score. Texas Tech had a plus 50 index score on what they lost versus what they gained and the guys they brought in. They didn't lose any 4 stars from their roster. They only gained 4 and 5 star guys to come to Lubbock. That's really good. And the top 5 of the Big 12, number 1, Texas Tech, 2, Houston, 3, BYU, 4, Arizona. Those were the teams that had. Those were the halves at the end of the year. And then West Virginia at 5. Oklahoma State at 6. A couple teams that might be sneaky that might surprise a lot of folks come next year. Not sneaky, not surprising. Kansas being good at basketball, though. Kind of where did it come from 4 weeks ago? And yes, sneaky, yes, surprising. UCF being very, very good at basketball. And Tony Padilla. Did you see what happened with the court storm? And Tony Padilla calls a foul 0.2 seconds to go because he's he hates
Pick me, like, Tony Padilla.
Whoever you are out there, whoever you are listening to this, Greg in Ogden,
they're going to
Utah,
say my name on the broadcast.
Tony Padilla hates you. He wants you and your entire family to fall off of a cliff and die in a gory, terrible, graphic way. And more on that up next on Locked On Big 12, Locked On Baylor. Hey, man, it's me here. I wouldn't lie to you, would I? Of course not. Today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. And I wouldn't lie to you when I tell you that FanDuel is exactly where I'm going for the Super Bowl. It's the last call for football on FanDuel. One final Sunday, one last kickoff, the final chance to get in on the action before the NFL season officially comes to a close. Super Bowl 60, and FanDuel is making it super easy for you to be involved with the game. Whether you're building a same game parlay or live betting the underdog, this is what everyone's been waiting for. You're a new customer and you put $5 down, you get $200 in bonus bets if you win. That's crazy. Make it count. After the Super Bowl, the season is over. Last call for football on FanDuel. FanDuel.com to get started. Download the FanDuel app. FanDuel.com to get started at FanDuel today. Hey, everybody. By the way, ad-free Locked On Big 12. It is here. Ad-free Locked On Big 12. All you got to do, go to lockedonbig12.supercast.com to join the Everydayer Club. lockedonbig12.supercast.com. Cameron Stewart, Locked On Baylor. Basketball in the Big 12 this weekend. I think it was Kevin Young who said something along the lines of, if I hear we're the best second half team in America one more time, that's my 13th reason. I can't keep doing this. I can't continue this. What we saw in the Big 12 this weekend, even down to Iowa State's 95-61 shellacking, my friend, of Kansas State in Manhattan. Like, what we are learning is there are 7 teams, and the problem is those 7 teams just keep winning. And unless they're playing each other, they're winning. The bottom 9, they need more quad 1 wins, more quality wins. But the top 7 are just so good, no one can really break through.
Yeah, like am I a victim of the recency bias here? But it does feel like the way like the SEC was 2 years ago when everyone was back on the SEC basketball bandwagon.
Oh,
and I'm like, well, yeah, but like the bottom half of this is so bad. And like, you know, at least in the Big 12, like when we had 12 teams, for example, it would be 8 or 9 at least legit cases, right, for the NCAA tournament. And even up till last year, like that mushy middle, they could beat anybody. I think we're seeing a bigger wage gap in Big 12 basketball than we have seen in recent memory. Part of that is the new teams that you've brought in over the last 2-3 seasons, right? You know, Utah's not any good. Colorado's not any good. But like Baylor stinks this year. Kansas State is awful. Oklahoma State's still trying to dig itself out. Like,
okay, but if you say Baylor stinks, they just won a game on the road against a West Virginia squad.
There's a good one.
That is good, and I think West Virginia could have a case. Oklahoma State could have a case to be an NCAA tournament team. They're being completely overlooked. But if you're losing games like that at home to a Baylor squad that's what, 2-5 in Big 12 play right now,
I think, yeah.
Like that's not what the Big 12 needs. They need kind of the middle of the pack to win games here or there against Texas Tech and BYU and Kansas and Houston, and they need the bottom of the pack. They need Colorado to lose every game. They need Utah to lose every game, but that's not even happening now. Like Baylor's just stuck in this weird purgatory. Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and this TCU.
Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati beats Iowa State. You know, like it. You need some more of that, but those teams keep laying over. Kansas State, man, put up a fight.
Jerome Tang, man, that is. Yeah.
I feel that's a sad story.
Get ready to learn Baylor Bears, buddy.
I mean,
get ready to learn Baylor Bears.
Can we get some mock-ups? Can we get some AI images of Jerome Tang in a Baylor pullover? Something?
On the bench, as the lead assistant, like. Chat GPT. Can you create that? That is a dumpster fire. I'll tell you what was possibly a bigger dumpster fire than Kansas State. By the way, Jerome's comments post-game were awesome. He was like, I'm proud of my guys. I'm not even mad.
It's like Russillo, man. It's like hearing a Russillo podcast. I actually came out with more respect for our guys.
Yeah. Lost by
34 at home.
34 at home. He's like, yeah, man. You guys don't even know what's going on right now.
The next one, bro. The next one's the Ed Cooley one, right? Like, there's much worse stuff happening.
There's famine. You see Gaza?
In Gloucester?
It's like, you see Gaza today? And you guys are worried about Georgetown basketball? Get a life. Get a life. That's for Jerome Tang.
That's what's coming next.
With Kansas State at this point.
Next.
But somehow worse than all of that is BYU in the first half of basketball games.
Yeah.
Cam, they're down by 20 points to Kansas at the break, 53-33. 53-33. But with a minute and 27 seconds left to go in this game, it's 82-78. Here we go again. You're right back in. BYU is in this elite second half, but terrible purgatory, awful first half, middle of nowhere. That makes me so like. I don't get it. I don't get it. How are you so terrible for 20 minutes and then the best team in America for 20 minutes? Genuinely. Like they grade out efficiency-wise. They're the best team in America by a massive margin, but only in the second half.
If they played Kansas State and it was only 2 first halves, would they lose?
By 45. They would get embarrassed, run off the court. And then after the game, surely Jerome Tang would come to the podium and be like, you guys are excited that we won today? You guys see what happened to the Edmund Fitzgerald? And you're excited.
Like if they just went to halftime, all right, then went back out, extended warm-ups, like 25-minute warm-ups or whatever.
They shot Kennedy.
Did the starting intros again.
You guys want to talk about the second half basketball? They shot Kennedy. That's what you get.
Which one? This is news to me.
If they did, yeah, that's a long list. They shot Kennedy is really vague, actually, when it comes to that family. You think if they, in Provo, just put period 2 on the scoreboard and left it there the whole game?
I used to think this about Baylor football, man. Now they don't play well in either half. But you remember, it was not that long ago, where they would just spot the other team 14 and then be like, all right, here we go. Let's do it, fellas. Yeah. Like that, I don't know what the mentality was of it, but I was starting to wonder the same thing. Or like when they couldn't win at home, and we were like, do we just need to not show up?
What do you mean when they couldn't win at home? You mean the era we're living in?
And then we just were continuing to do that experiment, that fan-driven experiment. If you put the 2 up first, I think we're getting somewhere. But it is bizarre. And you know what I think it is? You know what I really think it is? I know you do a national radio show now, so you have to watch this.
Yeah, I was
watching more NBA recently.
Oh, Giannis wanted to trade. Game? Yep.
Bro, NBA, especially in the playoffs, man, the first half just doesn't matter. Just doesn't, man. If you're up by 20, you're going to win the game by 4. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. That's the NBA. And what is BYU now? But the NBA's breeding ground, man. Kevin Young is bringing an NBA franchise to Provo, Utah. Danny Ainge is funding an NBA. Well, I don't know about that. But they are bringing the NBA to the Big 12.
You think this has any correlation to only having one LDS player on the roster?
Probably.
Like, if Richie Saunders prayed harder, like what do you have to do?
If I'm that right now.
If I'm Kevin Young, I'm praying harder because I don't know what the answer is. How do you have the guys? Like, is it a mentality thing? Is it it wouldn't be fatigue? Like, why are they better?
No, it might be fatigue for the other team.
It's the opposite of fatigue.
But also, there's no altitude in Lawrence, Kansas. So
I don't get it. I don't understand it. And the rest of the Big 12. Look, Arizona's 22-0. Arizona's 22-0, man. Houston's 19-2. They're only number 10 in the country, by the way, which is just so stupid. And I get it. The top 10's good. But Nebraska, no.
Maybe.
No, the UCF game was electric. Their ability to play with consistency and close that game out, despite Tony Padilla being an idiot and calling that foul.
Johnny Dawkins is a top 5 coach in this conference.
Maybe.
It's closer than you think, though.
Well, yeah, because if you gave Johnny Dawkins the resources that, say, Kansas has, right? Yeah. It's the lack of resources, right?
You know, but it's tough, right? It's Bill Self, Scott Drew, Kelvin Sampson, even
Scott
the
Drew
young guys.
I forgot about Scott Drew.
Even the younger guys who don't have as much a resume, like an Austin.
What's Scott been up to here recently?
You know, the guy, he's working some things out.
He needs to go eat at that Mexican restaurant again and figure it out. If anybody's praying harder, that program could use it.
A $3 million NIL budget is the reported budget for UCF basketball.
Yeah.
And like the problem is they don't make the tournament, but they get pretty close all the time. All right. Remember they had Taco Fall. They almost beat Duke one year.
They did have Taco Fall. That was Dawkins. Yeah. Dawkins has been there a while.
Yeah. After the Stanford thing.
Yep.
Big Johnny Dawkins fans.
That was a good UCF year. Taco Fall. That Duke March Madness. I was in high school. That's been a while. It's been a while.
I was a senior at Baylor. I think Johnny's kid might have been on that team.
Huh. Daryl.
I think that's it. Chocolate Thunder.
Yep. Yeah. And then Iowa State again. They're 20-2. Why are they number 8? Why are they not ranked higher? Kansas State. Your season's done. They're going to fire Jerome Tang. Sad. TCU, like again, unless Colorado, TCU, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State should be better.
TCU is one of the best basketball teams in the country.
They lost to Colorado.
They should be in the top 10. They should be
non-competitive. Yeah, they only beat Baylor. That's just TCU's thing, man. They just only beat Baylor.
They did it. Tough to beat a team twice. They did it. I'm just saying, maybe we're underrating TCU.
Coming up, Finally, they're investigating LSU. Finally, they're bringing down the big boys. See ya. This is Locked On Big 12, Locked On Baylor. Wait till I tell you about Mazda. Look, man, there is a reason that I drove a Mazda for the last year. Because Mazda's moving the game forward. It's this class. It's this style. I can go fast. I can go slow. And it just feels right. It's for those who show that there's more to the score than what's on the screen. These remind us what it really takes to raise the bar. It's that extra work off the court, dialing in every detail, giving it that extra fire, that grit, and that I never quit. We put the same passion into every model. Highlights make the real. What it took to get there makes it count. There's more to a Mazda because there's more to you with Mazda. He is Cameron Stewart of Locked On Baylor. That's it. The Wicked Witch is dead. It's over. It's done. Smell you, Lane Kiffin. Forfeit all your wins. See you later. This is from Matt Baker, College Football. The College Sports Commission has opened an investigation into LSU over potential unreported NIL deals. Shocker. Shocker. The Tigers are the first known program under an inquiry from the new enforcement body. And I know there are all those LSU, Ole Miss is doing it. Yeah, dog. But I don't know if you, Cam, this might blow your mind too. This could blow you.
Could be.
Lane Kiffin,
a nice change of pace.
Hear me out. Might not play by the rules. Notable good
Monty's kid.
Notable, does the right thing. Dates women his age.
Goes to yoga, man. Surely we're not talking about the same guy.
Pilates, asshole.
Pilot.
Doesn't. Snapchat or slide into the DMs of 23-year-old girls who go to the school where he's coaching. Doesn't do that. Would never do that. Stop saying he's doing that.
Yeah.
Stop saying he's doing that. He's just the road less traveled. Notable good guy Lane Kiffin's under fire. The big bad College Sports Commission, that, by the way, was kind of this Fugazi of a thing. It was just set up to be the long arm of the law, and who cares? We're gonna police it, and there's just been no policing. It's gotten so bad in Baton Rouge that the fake cardboard cops they set up, who are completely underqualified to do anything, have finally been like, well, shoot, that's glaring enough. We can no longer ignore it. So Cody Campbell and Nick Saban are going to they will have to burn down their football stadium. Like, they're going to open the closet and find the skeletons. And Lane's been public about this whole thing. He's been completely open and transparent. He doesn't care. He's calling kids and he's like, how much money you want?
Well, yeah, they put out that offer, right, for Sorsby that was like $4 million, and they just like someone attained the
before he was in the portal.
And it was just like, wait a minute, how did this get cleared? Like, they're supposed to clear this. And I did see a tweet over the weekend that was like a good. It was some of the old Arizona State like actual early NIL deals, like the Scatterburger. And it was like, remember when this is what it used to be? Remember when it was name, image, likeness? You just like got sponsored for something and could make some money off it, rather than just, here is in writing a contract for you to play here for $4 million. That's not cleared. Don't worry though, we will get you the money. Even in this new age where there are no rules, the SEC has found out how to break a rule. It's like, what were those old Little Caesars commercials? Remember those? There's no rules. Like, rips off the shirt and they're like, put that back on. He's like, there's one rule. Like, that's what the SEC is going through right now. Shirt back on, Lane.
I like the guys that Bijan Robinson, they gave him that mustard deal.
Yeah, Bijan mustard. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was cool. That was funny and nice. And then
Mayo, the guy who scored the 2-point conversion to beat UT when he was playing at Kansas.
Yes.
Yeah, Mayo, I think was the name, and he got Mayo stuff.
He was in that commercial, I think, for like Applebee's maybe or something like a local restaurant commercial, I believe.
Local Applebee's. Yeah.
That was cool. And then Steve Sarkisian was like, hey, what if instead of mustard, we gave you a Lamborghini? Like, oh, you can do that?
Give you two. You could sell one if you want.
Yeah, I just don't. Like, Lane's being very open about it. And you know what? Like, it's his agent to the way the media covers it. The whole thing is this big charade that you're like, oh, wow, it all matters. And people are being held accountable, but they're not. And they never will be until now. Like, finally, I think we could be meeting a guy in Cody Campbell that cares enough to also. Texas Tech has been looped into this. There are other schools that are being investigated now, or at least looked at for what they're doing in NIL. I think Texas Tech, because of Cody Campbell, is one of the few who are doing it correctly. LSU is not. And if there is a program to be made an example out of, it's this one. And once an example is made, once we death penalty you, what if this is day one of the rest of our lives? What if somebody actually does something finally?
It could be, man. This is a good opportunity. But the NCAA's got to just win me one in court. Win one for the Gipper in court.
Can we give up on the NCAA? Can we please just stop?
I mean, I'd love to. But I'm scared at what the alternative is.
The College Sports Commission, the FBI, the ATF. You've lived in Waco for a while. You know about the ATF.
So did you?
I
Never
did.
lived in Elk, though.
I did, and those 3 letters still give me chills, shivers to this day.
ELK. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't even Waco. People call it the Waco Siege. What? It's like 30 minutes outside of Waco. What are you talking about?
Poor guys. Poor Waco, man.
Yeah.
They could use a break.
It's just Jerome Tang in the press conference. You guys hear what happened in Waco? We lost by 34. You want to talk about that? You hear what happened in Waco? They killed Koresh. The government killed Koresh. Ruby Ridge. Read about it. Closes the press conference.
Be rich.
Nick Cronin style. They are the alternative. The alternative is the CSC. Remember when a year ago when they were founded, it's like Nick Saban and some billionaire are saving college football. And it felt like this could be finally, this is it. We can hope in this. We can trust this. I just haven't heard those 3 letters since. This is the first time it's come up.
Dude, honestly, yeah. When this came up, I was like, so that does still exist. Like, I didn't know.
What do they do? What do they do?
Beats the heck out of me because, we can bring up the LSU Brendan Sorsby thing, but like Cincinnati, Tech is going to pay him. Yeah. Could Tech have gotten the same thing cleared? I doubt it. Like, I
mean, what you're telling me that Brendan Sorsby to do a cameo, tell you about, oil tastes so good. That's a $5 million thing. You wouldn't pay Matthew McConaughey $5 million to say oil tastes so good. Him in that food commercial. Food.
Oh, that's so funny, man. I think that commercial's so funny. I can't wait till it comes on again. I think that's the funniest commercial I've ever seen.
He's hitting the sarcasm button.
He should be in the Liberty Mutual cinematic universe.
Limu, Emu, those.
And Doug. And somehow they've made an even worse one with their third mascot. It's even worse. It's funny, Drake, because the guy, he says words wrong. He says Bibberty instead of
Bibberty. Yeah.
And he meets someone who's also funny in the exact same way in that she says stuff wrong.
Which, if anyone's listening from...
No, trust me, it's hilarious.
If anyone's listening from Liberty Mutual and you want to sponsor Locked On Big 12, I mean, sorry, first and foremost, for making fun of it.
I mean, they can fire me.
And second most, we would take that. We could also give you tips on not doing food. Who is it? It's him and it's not Damon. It's
it's got to be Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Lone Survivor or the Chris Kyle movie?
Chris Kyle movie.
Dang. Rest in peace.
Sniper.
Yeah. He's like out. He's teaching a guy how to shoot, and the guy killed him.
Yeah. PTSD, disgruntled veteran, something.
Is that the Chris Kyle? That's the what you like run a mile, do 100 push-ups, do.
I don't know. I haven't done
physical activity.
I haven't done those things ever.
That's the Murph.
Even
the
the cumulative.
That's what it is. And I think the Murph is tied to 9/11 somehow. Like a stair run.
Yeah, where they do all the stairs that the firefighters did.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
So there it is. The SEC's downfall is upon us. Thank you, College Sports Commission and Nick Saban, for cracking down on Lane Kiffin. Food.
We owe you one.
Food. It's like, why? Who even? And
no, it's funny. It's funny. No, it's funny.
The first one they did were Jerry Rice. It's like, Rice. Yeah, that was a funny one. Remember that one?
Yeah, it was a good bit. Yeah. Where they have food names.
Yeah, where he's like, what are you eating there,
like,
Jerry?
we need a turnover here.
Rice? Yeah. And you're like, that's good. Then they started to just suck. But again, if Uber Eats wants to sponsor us, like, sorry, we would take you. That's Cameron Stewart at Real Cam Stewart.
We can take stuff out.
This has been and always will be Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. A crossover with Baylor and Dose Grande.